a big deal.
That's awesome. Speaking of opulence and over the top things, talk about the most lavish event that you've ever thrown, or can you talk about that?
There's been a few. 2020 doesn't count, so 2019 was off the charts. I did a party for Dom Perignon, and I got a phone call from someone who gave my number to someone else. And they said, there's an event, and we're told that you're the guy in Chicago who does splashy events. Now, they hired a chef in New York to curate this experience. That chef in New York had to fly to Chicago to produce the event, but he wasn't bringing his entire team with him. He was bringing a butler and a sous chef. So the phone call was, Chef Markus, we need you to hire 30 models that we can train to be waiters. I just laughed. I said, I can barely train a waiter to be a waiter. It's on my nerves, just the service. The food could be great. If we can't get it out the kitchen, what's the point? So training wait staff is a thing. When you were talking about consulting, yes, I do that too. I started hiring immediately because the event was in 8 days or 7 days. I finally spoke to the chef directly, found out he wanted male models. I assumed when people call me to ask for models for an event, Chicago, you want pretty girls at the front door holding glasses of champagne. This is a New York event. We need guys dressed in all black serving. So I had to find 30 men. Very tall order. That's difficult. Mm-hmm. And then he wanted 8 chefs. So me plus 7 of my guys came in and ran the entire event for him. And that was amazing. That was the Dom Perignon P2, which, as you know, you're an aficionado on many levels. Well, we always get the Dom Perignon 10 years after it was released. So in 2020, we're drinking the 2010. But then they have certain years, certain vintages where they hold back maybe 20 or 25%, and they age it again. And then they re-release that years and years later. So in 2019, we were drinking the 2002 P2. It had just been released. And my team and I were some of the first people. We were the first people in Chicago to taste it.
What did it taste like?
The sweetened tears of angels.
What did you pair? What kind of foods did you pair with the champagne?
So the chef of New York did all the pairings. Okay. It was really, really funny. My boys were comparing his food to my food, and I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
The experience was tremendous. It'll be something I never will forget. That same year, I did a party right on Oak Street for Van Cleef in their showroom that was nothing but champagne and caviar, and I mean buckets of caviar. They sent me home with like this much, but I was staying in a hotel. Like, how much can you put in your mini bar and eat for breakfast?
Right.
Before, I mean, it's a shame when you have to waste your breakfast caviar, isn't it, Adasha?
Oh my.
But I was off to my next event that same night, but they were putting me up in a swanky hotel on Michigan Avenue, which I'd never experienced Michigan Avenue hotels because I live there. Why would I stay in a hotel if I live in Chicago? But then I was in Phoenix and they flew me back in. So got a chance to feel like a tourist for once.
Okay, speaking of, over the top luxury, I understand you have 10 chef coats, but 35 tuxedos. Now, how did that happen?
36. One new one just came in.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Okay.
And tuxedos and dinner jackets. Yeah, I don't know. It's because of my body type. If I was confident enough to wear a tank top and sweatpants, I probably would. But I feel more confident in a blazer. So I have suits. I don't have to worry about if it's going to match. It's a suit. It already matches. And I already know what tie goes with it. I already know what shoes go with it. So it just became my style. I mean, I have pictures of me as a child in blazers. And that just carried over into my adulthood. I love it. I love the look. And when you're doing big, over-the-top, splashy events, I'm not going to be in a chef coat all night long. As soon as that dessert is served, I'm doing a quick